Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time tonight. A missing little girl takes a very stunning turn. 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard is still missing, but her mother has just been arrested. Authorities insist the charges are unrelated, yet the timing is very interesting if you ask me. And the disturbing wig footage from the rental car, all of this. What does this mean? There is a lot to talk about in this latest breaking news on the other side of this.
Coming in clutch, better tighten the pearls. Dropping cold facts, got the truth for the world. No smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is November 7th, 2025. It is currently 6:55 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate you. I apologize. I had a live set up. I had to take it down, having a little problems there, and we got it sorted out. I had to do a new live. Sometimes when I change the times a couple times, it will act a little wonky or whatever. So, guys, there's some breaking news, and it's been long overdue, if you ask me. Ashlee Buzzard, the mother of Melodee Buzzard, has been arrested, but on unrelated charges. I was probably one of the first to find out that she was arrested earlier. I wasn't able to go live then, so but I do apologize. But we are here, and there is a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. Good to see everyone in chat as everyone's filing in here. And for my replay crew, how are you? Do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly appreciate that. And share the live out for extra bonus points. How about that? Uh, I see you. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Angel of light, bliss to the blessings. Good to see you. Alan, Linda, forget me not. Brian, Bellalina, Jamie, Lisa, Lady, Shannon. Good to see you, darling. Carol, Temple, Peggy L. Kennedy, Brian, Tara, Suzanne. Good to see you, Crystal, Joyous. Good to see you, my dear Brian. Kate, you, Abigail, Patty. Yes, today, just a little bit ago, just a couple hours ago, really. Just happened. Good to see everyone in chat. Thank you guys. Yeah, so we're going to get right down to it. So, first of all, for those of you that's not very familiar with this case, right? Melodee Buzzard, 9-year-old, beautiful little girl from Lompoc, I hope I'm saying that right, California, has been missing since the beginning of October. And the mother is not cooperating in this case. She was reported missing October 14th after school officials noted her prolonged absence. Uh, Melodee was homeschooled, but you still have to have some sort of classes or relationship with the school. I don't know how that works, but they reported, that they were concerned. So investigators say that Melodee hadn't been seen at school for over a year. That's a long time. But on October 7th, surveillance footage captured Melodee and her mother, Ashlee Buzzard, in a rental car. It was at a business, I believe it was at the airport, I want to say, close to the airport. They were seen wearing wigs and apparently trying to disguise themselves. And you think, well, if they're wearing, why is a 9-year-old wearing a wig, right? Why is a 9-year-old wearing a wig? Good question. Good question. Craziness, right? Hey, Bliss, good to see you, darling. You are on your one. These good cases are so hard. Yes. Happy 1 year, Justin. Thank you so much, Bliss. Love you, darling. We appreciate you very, very much. Thank you for your support, my dear. And so it's just been getting stranger and stranger over the last week or so, right? The vehicle was a 2024 Chevy Malibu, California license plate 9MNG101. And investigators believe the plate was swapped for a New York license plate, plate number HCG 9677 during the following days. So you have a mother that's not saying where her child is. You have them dressed in a disguise. And then you have a long trip. And during that trip, a lot of travel was done. And a license plate was switched, right? Melodee was last clearly seen in a video on October 9th near the Colorado-Utah border, and her mother returned to California without Melodee. That's the last trace of Melodee that we know of to date. The case is classified as a missing child investigation, but Melodee's mother has been described by law enforcement as uncooperative. Now, remember, a week or so ago, they told Melodee's mother, we're giving you 72 hours to produce where your daughter is, or we're going to arrest you. That came and went, and they didn't arrest her. They didn't arrest her. But today, they have. So what has happened today? I'm going to show you all the video and all of that. Just trying to get you caught up on everything before we get deep into the weeds. On November 7th, today, authorities at the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office arrested Ashlee Buzzard on a felony. Get this. When you think this cannot get any more bizarre, here we go. They arrested her on felony charge of false imprisonment, allegedly for preventing someone from leaving a location. What? How is this happening? Like, that's pretty bizarre. In my opinion, she's part of a ring, Forget-Me-Not says. Right, Sandy? Yeah. We're going to get into it. The official statement, which I'm going to read it to you in just a minute, says the arrest is unrelated to Melodee's disappearance, but it happens in the middle of a missing child probe, which obviously raises questions, right? Bail was set for Mrs. Buzzard today for $100,000, and she was booked into the Northern Branch jail. Investigators stress that their search for Melodee remains active and unaffected by this arrest. So that's kind of catching you up to that. Okay, now let's get into it. First, I'm going to read you the Santa Barbara Sheriff's statement. Hey, missing PNW, good to see you, dear. Guys, make sure you join us at 9:30 Eastern. This evening, I will be live with Missing PNW right here, and we are going to be talking about the Michael Joseph Vaughn case, affectionately known as Monkey Vaughn. Big things are happening in that case, and you don't want to miss that. Hello, Lakeside, good to see you. Kelly, Cece, Susan, good to see you. Vivian, hello. Okay. Let's go. So, Lompoc, California, sheriff detectives have arrested 40-year-old Ashlee Buzzard on charges unrelated to the ongoing search for her missing 9-year-old daughter, Melodee Buzzard. Detectives learned, listen to this, listen to the words carefully, how they're crafted. Detectives learned of a recent incident where Ashlee Buzzard prevented a victim from leaving a location against their will, which constitutes false imprisonment. The crime is not connected to the ongoing search for Melodee. However, detectives are unable to fully outline the crime as it would impede their ongoing investigation. So they're saying it's not connected, but it could be related. Is that what I'm understanding? Because it could impede the investigation. So today, Friday, November 7th, 2025, detectives arrested Ashlee on a warrant for felony charge of false imprisonment. She will be booked into the Northern Branch jail that was set at $100,000 bail. Her booking photo does not meet the criteria for public release and will not be distributed. Although the arrest occurred during the course of the missing persons investigation, it is not directly related to Melodee's disappearance. Sheriff detectives remain fully focused on locating Melodee and confirming her safety. Members of the public who have seen Melodee or may have information to her whereabouts is urged to contact the sheriff's office through any of the following methods. You can call Detective Line 805-681-4150. You can also remain anonymous 100%. 805-681-4171. Tips you can do online, sbsheriff.org/home/anonymous-tips/. Okay. So we have that right there. Yeah, it seems like they are trying to get. I'm wondering if they're trying to get her to talk. That's what I'm wondering. Okay. Here we go. Credit goes to KTLA5.com, KTLA News. Here we go. Guys, please hit that thumbs up button if you haven't yet. We greatly appreciate that.
From the FBI, more and more people are impersonating ICE officers.
Okay.
Well, 6 for you.
Maybe this isn't related. 1 second. I thought this was all about Melodee. I apologize.
They are getting oiled, eating. Any place change for the
Okay.
you can do.
All right, we're going to go to this. Bear with me 1 second. I apologize. Let me see if there's a new video here. Okay. Maybe. All right. Let's go to this. Let me show you some photos of Miss Melodee or Miss Ashlee Buzzard being arrested. Someone wrote, "Damn, she looks uncomfortable, maybe crying in the photos. Let's hope the truth comes out soon." Look at this wig, Henny. Look at this wig. 1 second, y'all. Okay, so sorry about that. Yeah, it's a wig. I'm almost certain. Do you guys think this is like mental health related, or do you think she's like there's something like deep seated going on here? Like, is she working with the ring? Is she just paranoid? What do y'all think? I don't know. I've got some video right here that I can show you of them arresting her today. This was them arresting her today. Just a little bit. Very strange. I don't even think the media has got to make videos yet on this. You're right, Remy. Yeah, they're not going to release her mugshot. Something, Angel. She's barefoot there too. Like, they didn't give her a chance to even put her shoes on. They're like, "Henny, you're going with us. You're not getting your shoes on." I'm sure they'll assess her very soon. Yeah, I would imagine. I would imagine. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So let me show you this right here. Oh, I didn't. Did I pop that up? Bear with me. Okay. I want to go to Brian Enton right now. He's speaking about this as well. Was that the same one? Okay. Oh, okay. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, that's get a nice pair of plastic scruffies. Okay.
Warrants related to the ongoing disappearance investigation of 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard. The search warrants were served at the home of Melodee's mother, Ashlee Buzzard, as well as at a storage locker in an undisclosed location and in the rental car that Ashlee Buzzard, Melodee Buzzard. The search warrants were served at the home of Melodee's mother, Ashlee Buzzard, as well as at a storage locker.
Now, this storage locker, I've got questions. A lot of questions on that as well. Like, anytime you hear a storage locker, a trip, someone in disguise, switching license plate, and a storage locker, it sounds really bad, right? You get a bad feeling. I am just praying that little Melodee is alive and is safe. But you would think by now, right? You would think by now, if someone had her and just, Ashlee said, watch Melodee for a while. I've got things going on. Right? You would think that they would have heard about this by now. That's interesting. Sarah says it makes it sound organized. This had to be definitely planned, right? It had to be planned. This trip was executed down to a fine tooth comb. You have the mother, the daughter in a disguise, right? So that had to be planned. This license plate had to be planned. Remember, she was only going 3 days. It's a 24-hour drive one way. There's only 72 hours in 3 days. And that's 48 hours of driving. That's just driving. That's not eating. That's not getting gas. That's not stretching. So she had to be really tired or really manic or hopped up on something to do all of that. Was she holding someone inside the store? Oh, I never thought of that, Sarah. Holy shit. That makes you wonder. That makes you wonder. It wouldn't be the first time. My brain has been going crazy for real. Really, Lakeside? Good to see you, Levy. Oh, man. Well, when law enforcement goes and looks at something, they're doing, they're calculated and they're doing this for a certain reason.
In an undisclosed location and in the rental car that Ashlee Buzzard rented from a local business earlier in the month of October. With the assistance of the FBI, Ashlee Buzzard was escorted out of the area during the searches to ensure that her presence would not interfere with their ability to conduct a thorough search. Melodee Buzzard has been considered a missing person since October 14 after school administrators noted the homeschool student had a prolonged absence. Missing Lost in Traffic has initiated a social media 50-state alert for Melodee Buzzard. If you have any information regarding the disappearance of this child, you're being the FBI or the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office immediately. Pebbles, executive news producer of Missing Lost in Traffic and Lure Lost and Unsolved, for now, signing out.
Isn't she just cute as a button? I love her little mouth. She's got just like a cute little, just the cutest little underbite. Oh my God, it's so cute. So stinking cute. Here's another video of the arrest earlier. Let's see if I can get it full screen. Is it froze? Hold on.
On the 1-month anniversary, just been arrested. 6 police cars have arrived at the home of Ashlee Buzzard and went inside and take her out in cuffs. Ashlee Buzzard was just taken out in handcuffs from her residence at this time. On the 1-month anniversary of the last day Melodee Buzzard was seen leaving Lompoc with her mother, she has now been finally taken into custody. This is breaking news, 11:10 a.m. on November 7th. Ashlee Buzzard has been officially taken into custody from the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Department. I will have footage coming soon. This is breaking news. This is finally the outcome of the case that everybody wanted. She has been taken out in handcuffs. Ashlee Buzzard has been arrested at this time. Breaking news coming in. I will have further updates as we go. Everybody, this is awesome news. Hopefully we have the outcome that we need, that they have found Melodee well and safe.
It is awesome news, but I got a question. The question is, who would she be false imprisoning? Like, who else is there around her? Because from what I understand, she's pretty much a recluse. Right?
Been trying to answer since 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard vanished in early October.
New security footage appears to show the young girl and her mom as they began a cross-country road trip. CBS LA's Hunter Sowards joins us now. She's been speaking to the family.
See, I don't think it's Melodee because, Kelly, because it says it's unrelated. The statement, did I might have exited out of it, but let me see here. Ashlee Buzzard. Let me see what it says again. 1 second here. It was Santa Barbara. Okay, here we go. I think it's let's see here. Let me see here. Ashlee. She spell it EE, right? It said it was unrelated, so I don't think it's Melodee. But did she have any? Yeah, it's unrelated. So I don't think wouldn't it be illegal if she's still receiving SSI payments from Melodee? Could they charge her with that? Yeah, the father is deceased. Now, I've been told, and this is interesting as well. I've been told that allegedly Melodee's father, who is deceased, he some of his family allegedly live around the area of Utah and the Colorado border, right around where Ashlee was seen driving. It says unrelated to search. Let me see here. Let me just pull this little part up. And that's not it either. I just had it a second ago. My goodness. Here we go. I got it. All right, let me pull up that statement again. Let's look at the words. It says detectives learned of a recent incident where Ashlee prevented a victim from leaving a location against their will, which constitutes false imprisonment. This crime is not connected to the ongoing search for Melodee. However, detectives are unable to fully outline the crime as it would impede their ongoing investigation. Although this arrest occurred during the course of a missing person investigation, it is not directly related to Melodee's disappearance. I don't know. I don't think I think there's got to be something else to it. You know what I mean? Yes, exactly. Who's the victim? It really reads as it's not Melodee, but they could be playing with words. But why would they? So that's weird. It's just weird. I think they found something in the house to actually restrain Melodee. Kelly OG says, I mean, they did a search and then they went to a storage facility. It's just, I mean, this is just, it's so weird, this case. It is so weird because there's so many bizarre, it's almost like a movie. You know what I mean? Like a school calls, they're worried about one of their students' mom gets in a wig and a rental car and puts her daughter in a wig and they drive across the country. Mom changes license plates, drops Melodee somewhere at some point, probably around the Utah-Colorado border, and drives back. And now mom won't say where she is. They go in her home. I'm assuming that they found something. They go to a storage facility. Then mom is arrested today on restraining charges. Very bizarre. Why isn't she saying where she is? That's the question. That's the $1 million question, other than where is she, right? It's probably the car rental place. She wouldn't let them leave until they helped her. I don't know. So would have happened in California. She was arrested here. Is that right? So would she was arrested at her home? It seems like that, Rufio. It seems like there has to be more individuals involved, you would think. But everyone says that Ashlee is kind of a recluse, right? I wonder if she's like started dating someone or whatever. Now, it does, Dukes. Yeah, it does. What makes she's been going through a lot of financial troubles, right? Has she became desperate and have done very unethical things? Could Melodee have not wanted to say wherever Ashlee left her? Well, she's only 9, so I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Let me get back to what we were watching here. Guys, if you're just joining us, thank you so much for joining us. Please hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly appreciate it. And share the live out if you don't mind. Okay. I want to go to Brian Inton. Make sure you sub up to Brian Inton. He's with News Nation as well, but he's also has his own YouTube channel now. His link will be provided in the description here. Is it Ian Inton? Okay. Here we go. Link is provided in the description. All right. What did Sarah say?
About that October 9th date was just released earlier this week. So let me take you back to the beginning, because there have been a lot of twists and turns in this one. Melodee was first reported missing by school officials on October. And she said that she thought Melodee had been adopted out of the family.
Let me go back here.
That aunt, she was on.
Listen to this.
She was on News Nation. And she said that she thought Melodee had been adopted out of the family until the police came around asking questions. So even the aunt and these immediate family members apparently have no clue of what is going on here with this little girl. Melodee's grandmother also told a local news station early on that Ashlee's mental health took a dive back in 2016.
Yes. She was packing boxes. She would have disappeared. She was packing boxes, like, was it today or yesterday? One day, it was a couple weeks ago, she was, obviously not talking to anybody, but she didn't even know her garage door was up, and you could see all in her garage. There was like boxes everywhere. Very bizarre. Remember, she tried to get another rental car, a week ago? And for whatever reason, I guess it was financially, she couldn't get the rental car? I don't know. It's a good question. They just say,
and that before Ashlee was hospitalized at one point.
They're saying it's not connected, but it could interfere with the investigation. And so that's, I think they're saying it's a separate, it's like a separate but the same incident? Right? They're like, that's their words. It's not connected, but it could interfere. No, Ashlee doesn't have a roommate. No. Sandra, no, the dad passed away a few years ago.
Her house apparently was just an absolute mess, like disgusting. There was apparently rotten food in the fridge that they believed that she was feeding Melodee. And really, to make the search even more difficult, up until recently, and I'm going to get more into this in a minute, but the most recent picture of Melodee was at 2 years old. Think about that. Most recent picture was at 2 years old. This is another really strange thing about this. I know it's hard to follow all this. It's hard to follow all this. I told you there's all sorts of twists and turns in this one. But since then, the FBI, they've recently gotten involved. They found evidence that Melodee and her mom were together on October 7th.
It's so weird to think that, a mother could just drop her daughter off and not be worried. Right? Like, now she's in jail. And where's Melodee? How come they can't find this child? It's a good question, and Ashlee totally was trying to throw off authorities. Hey, Pandy's good to see you, love. By, A, rental car, B, disguise, and C, changing the license plate. Also, if she was married to the father, she would get SS.
So the FBI is now digging into this, and that was 2 days before the most recent sighting, and that they had rented a car and had headed out on a several thousand-mile multi-state road trip. The road trip, according to the FBI, took them to Nebraska and then back in 3 days. But as far as anyone knows, only Ashlee returned from that road trip. So the mom comes back, Ashlee, but there is no sign of.
Yeah, I've got a picture
Melodee.
of
Again, something very, very
the trip. This is a long trip.
Just concerning. The search has really expanded now at this point. Authorities have released pictures of Melodee at the car rental. And this is, again, where things get strange, apparently wearing a wig. And they say her mom was known for wearing wigs. So maybe it's not strange that Melodee had the wig on, but if you ask me, like, why is this little girl wearing a wig? It's just something that, again, seems very, very concerning about the whole thing. It's possible that she was put into this disguise on purpose.
Yeah.
The photo of her in the wig, that was released back on October 24th.
It says,
so things are starting to heat up.
It says, where was it? Bear with me. Was arrested Friday on charges unrelated to the ongoing search for her daughter. Now, it says the ongoing search. It doesn't say the ongoing case. It doesn't say that. The ongoing search. You got to watch their words, which I find interesting. According to the Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office, detectives learned of a recent incident where Ashlee, the mom, prevented a victim from leaving a location. Now, what I wonder, it says a victim. Now, the person is a victim because they weren't able to leave. They were essentially imprisoned falsely by her, allegedly. But was this victim already a victim of something else? Do you get what I mean? And they just haven't charged. A lot of people think that. Sarah. I think it's because there just wasn't any photos for a long time of Melodee.
For Ashlee at this point, less than a week after authorities released that picture that I showed you, the FBI blocked off Ashlee's home and searched the house with canines. Neighbors have said that they took out 2 large evidence bags, they removed carpet and drywall.
Deborah, good question. So how did they find the victim? I mean, it had to have been because of their investigation that they, saw something happen and they went to the victim and got their account of it, or the victim had to come to them. Right? I don't know.
That was just one of 3 searches they did that day. They also searched
they did multiple
storage
searches.
locker, and they searched the rental car that Melodee was last seen in. It was a white 2024 Chevrolet Malibu. Police say they took Ashlee to an alternate location while all this was happening, and that the case remains a missing persons case for now. Anyway.
That's what I'm wondering,
Again, how
Joyous.
strange
It's weird
that she was not really cooperating, it doesn't seem. So all that happened back on October 30th, less than a week ago at this point. So this is all very, very fresh. Fast forward now to Monday of this week, and authorities then dropped another picture from security footage at the car rental on October 7th. And this one shows Melodee and her mom, Ashlee, both wearing wigs. So they're wearing the wigs again. And they also updated the last known setting of Melodee now to October 9th. As I mentioned before, they also mapped out where the 2 were traveling. The October 9th, let me see here. Yeah, the October 9th sighting was actually from surveillance video that was near the Colorado and Utah border. Authorities say that they can put Ashlee in Green River, Utah, in Panguitch, Utah, St. George, Utah, a corner of Northwest Arizona, Prim, Nevada, and Rancho Cucamonga, California. So those are all.
I don't think Ashlee was one to travel a lot, right? As well. Some people travel more than others. But let me show this. Yeah, okay, let me show you this. Let me show you this picture right here, guys. This is a photo of Melodee beside her mother at the car rental place. And so this kind of gives you an idea. Truths, I'm sorry. I couldn't even log in earlier. I had to restart my whole live to start. Justin, let's talk about the drywall and the other stuff they took from the house. We're gonna get back to that in just 1 second. She is not from Cali originally, correct? I don't think so. Look at this. Most people from California aren't from California. That's weird why they would be taking it is drywall out of the home. They obviously had to be a great reason for that. You're absolutely right. They had, oh God, that sounds bad, guys. It really, but this is the thing as well. Okay, let's talk about this. Let's get back to Brian here. Okay, so they're taking out drywall and all of that. But we know Melodee was alive and they left and Melodee disappeared and Ashlee comes back. So the drywall that they were taking out of, if there was some sort of crime committed, it wouldn't have been because of, it would be related to Ashlee, would it? Because Ashlee or Melodee was alive. Right. Listen to that. Listen to that.
After October 9th, as I mentioned before, they also mapped out.
One second. Watch this.
It doesn't seem. So all that happened back on October 30th, less than a week ago at this point. So this is all very, very fresh. Fast forward now to Monday of this week, and authorities then dropped another picture from security footage at the car rental on October 7th. And this one shows Melodee and her mom, Ashlee, both wearing wigs. So they're wearing the wigs again. And they also updated the last known setting of Melodee now to October 9th. As I mentioned before, they also mapped out where the two were traveling. The October 9th, let me see here. Yeah, the October 9th sighting was actually from surveillance video that was near the Colorado and Utah border. Authorities say that they can put Ashlee in Green River, Utah, in Panguitch, Utah, St. George, Utah, a corner of Northwest Arizona, Prim, Nevada, and Rancho Cucamonga, California. So those are all the places that through the investigation, they've been able to track her. All these stops were on or around October 9th, a day before Ashlee returned home alone.
That's a good point, missing PNW.
Okay, so if all of this isn't strange.
You know something, missing PNW? Because we were wondering about the rug, because they took up a rug, not D-R-U-G, you know, a rug, R-U-G, and drywall and all that. Now remember, PNW just said something interesting, something Ashlee used to build a room to keep Melodee in, question mark. That makes me wonder now, missing PNW. Very good point, number one. But number two, remember how they said Melodee or Ashlee before that the place was a mess. It was a disaster, that there was rotten food in the refrigerator and the kids may have had to eat that. Is this something that Melodee was in? Is it something that she locked her up in? That would be forced, that would be false imprisonment. Right, this is just speculation right now. And they took up the carpet and the wall. Thank you, Texas Annie. Hey, Brandy. And they took up the carpet, drywall, like the Turpin children, in my opinion. And this is weird. I mean, she's alive here. She is alive here. Which means the last place she was seen alive was the Colorado-Utah border. Which means she has to be with someone or deceased. And found a chain to the wall. I don't know. I don't know. Yes, Ashlee's mom, for sure the victim, Ashlee's mom, said a lot mental going on. And with Ashlee in the interview, remember, she was arrested at her mom's house. Right.
And scary enough. Police say that Ashlee also swapped the license plate out on her car. Okay? Think about that for a second. Why would she do that? They say the car was spotted with a New York plate and that didn't belong to either Ashlee.
I mean, Jennifer, a lot of people think that. A lot of people think that, but let me pop this down real quick and I'll show you something. This is actual video.
West High back in the playoffs now.
But off the field, another kind of sports.
What?
A team that knows
Hold on.
how to win.
1 second. This is Ashlee.
West High back in the playoffs now.
Video's not long enough.
Another kind of sports.
You know what I'm going to do? Hold on. I'm going to screen record and make it bigger so we can see it better. Because it's not long enough and we'll put it on loop. 1 second. Screen. Oh my God. Hold on. We'll see the interaction. She looks at Melodee right there.
West High.
Okay.
Back in the playoffs now.
But off the field, another kind of sports story is taking shape. One that started with a rival dad
Just save
who saw
this.
something bigger than the scoreboard. Kristen Kenny has our eye on Utah.
West High is preparing
Let's
to
see
take
what
the field
she
for playoffs,
looks
but
like
behind
here.
this team's 10-1 season is a
Jamie, thank you. New tonight at 10. Davis County commissioners facing off with
Bear with
residents
me 1
about a
second.
proposed property tax increase at a public meeting tonight.
Okay.
This proposal started at a staggering 30% increase, but
Here we go.
commissioners now say 15%.
Oops, my screen's not even up. Sorry, guys. I apologize for that. Okay. Here we go. What? Hold on. Delete. Why is it not doing a video? Oh, hold on. Oh, I didn't save it. I'm so dumb sometimes, Justin. Good Lord, sorry. I'm so dumb sometimes. That video is smaller and it's not very big. So here we go. Let me see. Snip that part. There we go. All right. Check this out. You see how she's talking to her there? She's like turning. You can tell. Let's see if I can get it like this. Can we do... Can we get it on the replay? Like, repeat. All right, watch this. You see how she's like, melodies like this. You can tell like it's uncomfortable. You can see it like watch your eye down like that. You can also see Melodee look at someone there. Watch her. See her? You can see her like make eye contact. Is she like, help me or what? So bizarre. Like, I don't understand this. What are you talking about, Darcy? Don't come close, arms crossed. Yeah. Yeah. It's so weird. It is so weird. Yeah, a lot of people don't think it's Melodee. I do. I do personally think it's her. Authorities say they believe it's her. But the question is why? Why do this?
Ashlee nor the rental company, and that she had swapped it back off again before she returned the rental car. Speaking of rental cars here, there's been some reporting that Ashlee was spotted at another rental car company. That was back on October 22nd.
Yep.
That would be 12 days after she returned the first rental car.
You know, regardless, that's, do you pronounce it? Sorry? Is that how you pronounce it? I believe that regardless, let's say, you know, she wasn't locked in the room, but she just didn't get out much. Remember, Melodee didn't have a lot of socialization, probably because she was homeschooled and the mom supposedly kept her away from everybody. She's only tiny. So look about, is only tiny. Yeah. She is tiny there, but you know, she's standing next to her mom. You know, by the time we are, I think like 5 years old or something like that, we're like as half as tall as we're ever going to be or something like that.
But already as the search for Melodee was in full swing. She wasn't successful in renting the car, but had police trailing her the whole time. So really, like, who knows where she was headed? All these rental cars, again, very, very strange. So obviously for now, Melodee is considered at risk. That's the way they're describing it, at risk. And this part is important if you're watching this, because I'm hoping that everyone listening or watching,
it's young.
Can
it's young, whatever that is.
Perhaps be helpful in this whole thing. So this is the description. She's 4 feet 6 inches tall. She's around 60 pounds. She has brown curly hair, brown eyes. Detectives are asking again if anyone has had contact with either Ashlee or Melodee at any time, especially from October 9th to 10th, or anyone with any video from the route they traveled. to please.
But that's just interesting. By the time we're 2 or 3 years old, we're already as half grown as we're ever going to be.
Call the sheriff's office immediately. The number is 805-681-4150. There's also a way to leave anonymous tips. You can call. The number is 805-681-4171.
She looks skinny.
And again, the really concerning thing here is that Ashlee continues to refuse to cooperate, according to authorities.
Sarah.
So maybe someone out there will know something and can help bring Melodee home.
Hey, Flat
I'm
Girl.
joined now by Bobby Chacon, former FBI agent. Appreciate you being with me, Bobby. A really disturbing case. First of all, I guess with all the developments that there have been, I'm wondering, do you think police know more than they're letting on, or even have surveillance video that they haven't released?
I do. I think they know a lot more about her trip that she took, because remember, they kind of were on that early on. I'm sure they sent either leads to all those different places where we knew she traveled to, and they were looking at cameras there and highway films and plate readers and things like that. So I think they kind of have a good idea, and that's evidenced by, I think we got a little more detail about her trip in the last day or two, and so I think they know more about that trip. And I also think that
the NamUs can take a while. The NamUs can take a long time. Actually, it can take months. But the NCMEC, NCMEC rather. I don't know why. Mother is bipolar, so Melodee's scared of her mother. Melodee looks like she's about to talk to someone, and her mom gave her a look that silenced her. She definitely was looking, and then you could see her like crossing her eyes, and then she looks at someone, and then she like looks down. It looks uncomfortable. All phones that came up to vehicle, is that what you mean? Justin, all phones that came up to vehicle. Yeah, Tropicana. To me, it was weird. It seemed like they were having a hard time finding that vehicle. And you wonder why. I mean, it's got satellite radio. It's got OnStar. It's got Wi-Fi internet. Right? So why hide Melodee? Yeah, exactly.
they know what she was searching on the internet, because that's one of the things we always do first now, right? We look at their internet searches on, maybe she was searching with her phone. They went in and did a search at her home. So maybe she was using a computer in that house. And so they know more about what she was looking into in the, the days, weeks, and months, prior to Melodee disappearing. So I think they know more than they're releasing right now.
What about this new video from News Nation that shows her outside her place, with the moving boxes? Like the fact that she has moving boxes, how concerning is that?
Well, I mean, it's concerning to the point that
now Brian did this yesterday, but yeah, she was doing moving boxes. It makes me wonder, did they arrest her today because she was getting ready to make a move? I mean, physically and, otherwise. What did Ashlee do that she needs to be arrested or produce Melodee? Just wondering, what did Ashlee do? Well, you can start with not providing her with an education, right? She wasn't turning in her homework or anything like that. There is previous CPS reports about the home being very filthy and the kids eating possibly rotten food. And she's not producing where her daughter is, her safety, right? When you have a child, or someone you care for that is underage or mentally, physically handicapped, right? You are their caregiver. They many times under the law can't make decisions for themselves, right? And you have to care for them. And so we don't know where she is. We need a proof of life. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you have Google on your phone, you know, it'll track you where you went every day throughout the entire year, years, and all that. So she's battled with a lot of health problems in the past. And so it kind of makes you, you know, it's just really odd because you don't know if this is like mental stuff going on or is this just because, or is it kind of a combination of both?
He may be looking to move, maybe looking to leave. And
Where the
you know,
hell
right
do you want to
now,
go?
I think they have her under pretty intense surveillance because they don't want her, they don't want to lose her because I think they you know, pretty much know they're going to charge you with something. My theory is, my feeling is that they probably have a lesser charge, maybe abandonment or neglect or something already drafted. They don't want to lay that charge on because it's a lesser charge. But if she does try to move, because remember, she's not charged with anything right now. She's free to go anywhere she wants. And so if she does try to leave the area or try to flee, then I think they'll probably lodge some lesser charge on her just to kind of keep her in place. I think they probably have something drafted just for that purpose. But obviously they want to get to the bottom of where Melodee is and what happened to her. So it is concerning that she's presumably packing up and getting ready to leave. Now, why would a parent leave when a child's missing? Why would they leave the last area that child knows to go back to if they get their freedom, for example, if they're, you know, being held in captivity? So you wouldn't leave unless you knew where your child was and what happened to them.
Right.
Do you think she could get?
I mean, I can't say we can say that it's filthy now, Lisa. I don't, to at least the best of my knowledge. I think that's fair to say, you know, just because there was filth once upon a time. And I want to say recently, when she lost her son, rather recently. But we don't know if it's filthy now or not. I mean, the police would know. And they may have leaked it, but I don't know. Where did you get the New York plates? I think it was a fake New York plate, by the way. They do. They solve nearly 100%. That is true. But I don't think they're I mean, this is an interstate case, and just her being under 12, it automatically FBI can get involved.
Away. I mean, when you say surveillance, you know, I've done stories in the past where someone's under surveillance and then they still disappear. I mean, I know there's different levels of surveillance. Do you think they're watching her around the clock?
Yeah, I mean, that was one report that I saw, was they were sitting right across from her house. So there is two different types of surveillance, right? There's covert surveillance, there's overt surveillance. Covert surveillance is the difficult one, and that's where you tend to lose people because you're trying not to be seen. You're trying not to, you know, let the person know that you're following them. And so it's much more difficult. You have to lay back. You have to kind of be secretive. If it's overt and they're sitting right across from her house and they don't care. And I've been on those surveillances as well. You know, that's much easier because you can just, what we call bumper lock. You can just get behind them and wherever they go, you go. And that's a lot easier to practice. And so I think in this case, if they're doing a overt surveillance of her and she knows it, then
because I was thinking about looking up the statute and what it was. The statute of limitations for a civil claim of false imprisonment in California is 1 year from the date the cause of action occurred. For criminal charges, the statute of limitation varies. Well, in the statement, it said, detectives learned of a recent incident where Ashlee prevented a victim from leaving a location against their will, which constitute false imprisonment. Right? Let's see here. When someone says recently, how, like, in your mind, how long is recently? Recently, definition, is at a recent time, not long ago. Not long ago. Britannica says during a period of time that has just passed. What is the time frame of recently? Recently does not have a fixed time frame. Its interpretation can vary based on context and individual perception of time. The use of recently often implies that the event or action discussed is still relevant or impactful to a current situation. Okay. False imprisonment charge, California. Example. A misdemeanor false imprisonment that also involves violence, menace, fraud, or deceit. A person threatening to physically harm another person if they try to leave, for example, is a felony false imprisonment because violence was used to confine the victim, according to Crut Law Group. There's misdemeanor false imprisonment, felony false imprisonment, and false imprisonment of a hostage. In each case, the prosecutor must prove that you intentionally or unlawfully restrained, detained, or confined someone, and doing so made the person stay or go somewhere against the person's will. You make someone stay or go against his or her will if he or she does not constitute to the act a person consent when he or she acts freely and voluntarily, knowing the nature of the action. Examples of false imprisonment. You prevent someone from leaving by grabbing the person's arm. That's physical. You lock someone in a bedroom. See, that's what makes me wonder. That's what makes me wonder. Because they pulled up a rug and the walls, right? The drywall. You tie someone to a chair. Note, however, that if a person consented to any of these acts, it wouldn't be false imprisonment. This might happen if you were restraining someone during a self-defense class. You were running a commercial escape room game. You were engaging in consensual bondage. Sorry, I'm so immature. Absent actual of threat of violence, false imprisonment is usually a misdemeanor under the penalty Penal Code S33-237. But if you are restrained, detained, or confined, meaning physical is just pushing someone away from the door and saying, no, you can't leave. Right? No, you can't leave. It's a fine up to $1,000 and or 1 year in the county jail. Now, felony is up to a year in the county jail or 16 months or 2 to 3 years in county jail. And the time goes up. The time goes up if you are a hostage, if you are an elderly, forced labor or human trafficking, if forced labor involves sex work, prostitution, the potential penalty increases to 8, 14, or 20 years and a $500,000 fine. Right? Very interesting here. Thank you so much, Ms. Kelly. Good to see you, Mamacita. Thank you, love. Oops. This is a felony charge, $100,000. Yes, it is. And that would mean they had to physically, she would have had to have allegedly physically restrained said person. Anyone else thinks Justin has a calming voice? Do I? I don't know. Wouldn't the car show the exact route? Yes. Most times. What, when I talk like Janie? You don't like it when I talk like Janie? Okay. That is serious. I got to say anything above $30,000 is generally pretty serious. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Let me see here. What time is it? Okay, it's 8:15. Okay. Look at this. I found a much more clear video of them at the place. 1 second here. Where did it go? Okay, here it is. Look at this.
A missing California girl is intensifying. These are new images in the search for 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard from Santa Barbara.
Watch this.
Surveillance video here from October shows Melodee and her mom, Ashlee, renting a car for a trip to Nebraska and Kansas. Later, when Ashlee returned from the road trip, Melodee was not with her. Investigators say Ashlee may have put on a dark wig during the trip to match the one Melodee was seen wearing. The reason for the disguises, though, remains unknown. These are new images in the search. These are new images.
Look at her. Oh, I see it right there. Look at her. Guys. Holy shit. Do you see that? Oh, thank you, Leslie. Do you see what she does? Watch Ashlee. You know when you can't say something, but you point your eyes towards someone, you're like, and you mean over there, or that's who I'm talking about. Like, you're like, there's like someone in front of you and you can't talk about them, but you're like, with your eyes. Watch Ashlee do that. I just caught it. Look at this. 1,000%. 1,000% she does it.
In the search for 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard from Santa. Images.
Watch this.
Image. These are new images in the search for 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard from Santa Barbara. Surveillance video here from October shows Melodee and her mom, Ashlee, renting a car for a trip to...
Watch that. She's looking at them.
Renting a car for a trip to Nebraska.
Watch this.
California girl is intensifying. These are new images in the search for 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard. These are new images in the search for 9-year-old Melodee. These are new images in the search for intensifying. These are new images in the search for 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard from Santa Barbara. Surveillance video here from October shows Melodee and her mom, Ashlee, renting a car for a trip.
See right there?
Car for a trip to Nebraska. Renting a car for a trip. Ashlee renting a car for a trip to Nebraska and Kansas.
And then Melodee looks over. You know, it's like one of those right there, and then you tell the person not to, you know, pretty much not to look, but they look. It's just instinctual. They're like, watch it. Melodee looks right after that.
Ashlee renting a car for a trip to Nebraska and Kansas. Later, when Ashlee returned from the road trip, car for a trip to Nebraska and Kansas, renting a car for a trip to Nebraska and Kansas. Later, when Ashlee returned from the road trip, Melodee was not with her. Investigators say Ashlee may have put on a dark wig during the trip to match the one Melodee was seen wearing. The reason for the disguise images in the search for these are new images in the search for 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard from Santa Barbara. Surveillance video here from October shows Melodee and her mom, Ashlee, renting a car for a trip to Nebraska and Kansas. Later, when Ashlee returned from the road trip, Melodee was not.
Very weird. Very weird. Why? The look. Yes. Then the girl smiles. Looks like she was making. Like, look at this guy. I don't know. It's because the credit card may not clear, in my opinion. Perhaps. Yeah, it's like it's almost like they know something, but they can't say it out in front of the person. She doesn't have hardly any money. She didn't have any money for the most recent rental that she tried to get. Right. And you got to have gas. Right. You got to have money for the rental. You got to have gas. If you stay somewhere, you got to stay money for that, food. Oh, you're fine, nurse. It is weird for a child to stand there and not. It is weird for a child to stand there and not talk to a parent. I mean, she's saying something there.
These are new images in the search for 9-year-old flying.
Watch.
These are new.
Watch your eyes.
These are new images in the search for 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard.
Now, Melodee smiles.
From Santa Barbara. Surveillance video here from October shows Melodee and her mom, Ashlee, renting a car for a trip
to... You can see it right there.
Renting a car for a trip to Nebraska and Kansas. Later, when Ashlee returned from the road trip, Melodee was not with her. Investigators say Ashlee may have put on a dark wig during the trip to match the one Melodee was seen wearing.
Very weird.
The reason for the disguises, though, remains unknown.
They got pictures of this. Let me see this. Oh, that's just a picture. The child was not trafficked, in my opinion. Why the road trip when California has so much HT? I don't know. We simply do not know. As you said, I would love to see the receipts from Walmart or somewhere like that in the days before the trip. How long has she been at this place? Could she have been unpacking? No, they had been there a while. A while. And I mean, remember, Mom, she was taking down signs in the yard a while back. So I'm just trying to see if there's something else right here. Bear with me, guys, for 1 second. Ashlee today, she looked upset when she was getting arrested. She did look upset. Very much so. Upset. I wonder if I do it like this. Let's see here. Let me see this. Yep, KSBY. You can see they were like in the backyard too. Or the side yard. The other day, they clearly got bags of evidence there. It's kind of weird. That's the trip where they went. Right, started Lompoc and went through Nevada, Utah, where in the Green River, Utah, as well. I don't know. It's very, very bizarre that. Hold on, this just happened. Hold on. Ooh, look at this. Have the check to see if the house was in foreclosure.
It's made national headlines. The mother of a missing 9-year-old girl is now under arrest in Santa Barbara County, California. Authorities say it's not directly related to the search for her daughter, but the sheriff also releasing new surveillance video showing the two wearing wigs at a rental car agency just 2 days before her daughter was last seen. Here's ABC's Matt Gutman.
Tonight, nearly a month after authorities began a frantic multi-state search for missing 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard, last pictured in this surveillance video appearing to be wearing a wig. The Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office arresting her mother on charges indirectly related to her daughter's disappearance. The arrest comes just a day after authorities released that video showing the 9-year-old along with her mother, Ashlee, renting a car on October 7th. Authorities say the pair then drove nearly 1,500 miles to Nebraska and then turned around. At one point, Ashlee even changing the rental car's license plates.
The indications are that the license plate was switched to avoid detection. We don't have any other plausible reason for why Ashlee would have switched the plates.
Police say the mother returned the rental car on October 10th with the original plates back on, but without Melodee.
Investigators tell me that so far, Ashlee, the mother, has been uncooperative. She's being held on a $100,000 bail. And authorities say at this point, their chief goal is to find Melodee safe. And they're asking.
This is one I'm really confused on because I don't know. Well, none of us know, but is she okay? Or is this not going to turn out very good? Is this one of those cases? No, there's no father to battle custody or anything. Now, I will say that the father's mother, Melodee's grandmother, paternal side, she has wanted, to see Melodee, and Ashlee was hiding from her, allegedly, according to the grandmother. Who picked up Ashlee from the rental car company? Good question. I don't know. I'm the same, Joyous. I would say it's likely to not turn out very good, but I'm just not still convinced either way. I mean, that takes a lot of time and planning and premeditation to just get everyone, you know, in a wig and all of that, and drive across the country, and then unalive them, and then just hop in your car and go home. You know what I mean? Well, she was alive in Nebraska. It was the last place they were seen was Utah, Colorado border. Was the woman hard up for money to sell her kid? She was hard up for money. But you see, this is the thing. Traffickers don't just like buy kids. That's not how trafficking works. I know a lot of people think like, well, you know, just someone just buy her. But traffickers don't want to get in something risky like that. They want someone, they'll get addicted to drugs and they'll volunteer, you know, to follow them pretty much. But it's, you know, they're hooked to drugs, so they won't leave. Was she religious? I don't know. That actor said, yet Melanie was 9. Her mother seemed focused on her daughter. Don't think so. I don't think she was sold either. But I do think that something is, you know, why would a mother just not say where your kid is if they're okay? Like, that's all you have to do is say, hey, my daughter is with my friend, you know, Susie Cakes down the road or in a couple states over. Just like Lori Vallow said. She said, well, you know, she was, you know, JJ and then was with Kay. Kay was the one that actually called it in, so that wasn't a good start. So I don't know. It's certainly weird. I am glad Ashlee is in the jail tonight. At least there's that. Why would a person disguise a child to live? Exactly. There has to be deception here because she actually did this to deceive if and when people would get concerned about Melodee. You are trying to deceive someone when you are, you know, putting on a wig and trying to appear to be someone you're not under suspicious circumstances already. When you do the license plate, all of that. So, yeah. I don't know, Bella. Good question. Yeah. Rent, food, clothes. Yeah. All that. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really, really do appreciate you. I will be back in 1 hour, almost to the minute. We will be talking about Michael Joseph Vaughn, affectionately known as Monkey Vaughn, from his family. A lot's going on in that case right now. 1 second. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'll get to that. Thank you. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. Much love, each and every single one of you. God bless you. Take good care of yourself. See you guys in 1 hour from now.